Lunchtime. Still didn't have time to go to lunch, but I have a next guest. And who are you and what brings you to JCON?
Sure. I'm Mary Grygleski. I'm here at JCON as first also as a speaker, then also helping out as a volunteer, and also I'm also on the program committee. So kind of multifunction, but it's just glad to be here. It's not like work, it's like fun to be here seeing all the people. Yeah.
Can you explain me how you got involved in JCON in Germany?
Yeah,
You live in Chicago, right?
that's correct. Yes.
So how this mix?
Yeah, I think first, I think the connection is the Java users group because the organizer here, Richard, and his company, they are very avid and enthusiastic Jug organizers here in Germany. And then I met Richard too at some conferences from speaking every fellow speakers, and then somehow I even forgot exactly how, but then because of this connection, fellow speakers, fellow Jug leaders, and that's how I became involved too with JCON and on the program committee, which I'm so honored, feel so honored, and yeah, and I love coming to Europe, and so yes, yes, I say yeah, of course
You are-
I'll be here. So,
You were already in one of the Foojay podcasts. I think we talked about the Jug.
that's
think.
correct.
So
yes.
you're organizing Jug Chicago?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct. Jug Chicago. Yeah, and that's the actually we also have another Illinois Jug, but that one since COVID has been quiet. But for us, Chicago Jug, we've been keep going for throughout this whole time. Yeah, so yeah, I'm still very much very actively engaged and doing a lot of work and all that, and speakers, and from that to getting venues, getting sponsors, all these things. Yeah, it's yes, it's fun.
And it's an important part of the community. We just talked about the community.
That's right.
A lot of developers are not aware of the jugs, that they exist, that they are
Yeah.
maybe in the
You're right.
neighborhood.
You're right.
So we should probably be talking more about them so that people are aware of them, that they can go to a
Sure.
jug and learn about what's evolving in Java.
Yeah, yeah. And Frank, you're exactly right. It is very true. When we work with it every day, we think we know so much, but it's the fact that there are also new people getting into the ecosystem. And you're right. That's a great reminder. Yeah, we need to also do more promotion. Yeah, and like advocating for it too. Yeah, yeah. So that's my homework when I get back to Chicago. I gotta like start promoting more. Yeah, and also post COVID is actually a bit of a challenge trying to get people to come back again. So yeah, I hope to do that.
You're also a speaker.
Yes.
What's your topic?
Sure. I'll be talking about generative AI, so Gen AI, Chat GPT, all these things. And just so happened in my last job, I was there starting to do Gen AI, and I see a lot of potential in the Java space. I mean, Java is such a robust language. Yeah, some people might say, oh, it's old, but I don't think so. We're such like a robust language and very strong ecosystems and can handle things, kind of in a production, in a multi-cluster type of environment. And I see just a lot of potential. So my job here is to really talk about Gen AI, what it is. It's not unreachable. And it's a growing area, very hot and everything. So that's what I'm going to talk about more. Introductory generative AI. Also introduce vector database similarity searches, which is so important in doing ChatGPT type of searches. So yeah.
I'm not an expert in this topic. I just did an experiment with LangChain for J.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
That's
because
right.
what you can do again, it's Java. If you can have a good library, you only need minimal code to achieve something.
Yeah.
You say Java is old, but Java is also very much evolving.
Yes.
Do you think that Java is evolving fast enough in the good direction to be able to do more with this chat-based machine learning AI thing?
Sure. I feel definitely Java can advance more, but I think the reality is that there doesn't seem to be as many open source groups that are actually focusing their efforts in developing libraries. However, you mentioned LangChain 4J. I think it's a very good one, and they are kind of going after the concept of the very popular now JavaScript and Python based LangChain. So that's a one really good library. I think that's still a little lagging behind at the moment, but I do see it's if we make it more and more people being aware of it, advocating more, I feel more people jump on board of it and promoting it. I see a good potential of it becoming like the de facto SDK for developing Java libraries that's interacting with large language models, for example.
Is that also what you're using in your talk?
Yeah, that's right. I will also be introducing a little bit an introductory on what kind of libraries you can use as Java developers. Yeah, LangChain 4J, for example. And there's also a Microsoft too. They also have an open source like Semantic Kernel, for example. They also have Java SDK
Yep.
and some others too that I will also be discussing. They may be lesser known, but there are also some open source libraries here and there.
I
Yeah.
see that Spring is also doing something. I don't know what's
Yeah.
behind it, or maybe it's their own thing. I don't know.
Sure, yeah, and you reminded me, yes, and in fact, I want to get my hands on into it, which is Spring. Yeah, with Java ecosystem, who would be, Spring would never be left behind. So yes, yeah, Spring AI. So that one, I have to admit, at this point, I haven't had chance to work with it yet, but I do see it being Spring ecosystem.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hoping to through Spring, the framework, bringing in AI functionality. I'll be very interested to see how it works. But I understand at this point too, it's very, very early stage. And yeah, but I've also read that it should be
Yeah,
coming up
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
soon, up and coming. So
And then we have all these things going on in Java, JEPs for memory improvements and vectors, and
yes,
so
yeah,
I guess this will
exactly.
all have an impact on performance, on what you can do with Java
Yes, with Java. That
combined with AI.
Oh yeah, totally. In fact, my previous company I worked for, Jonathan Ellis, he was doing this J Vector, which is at the moment kind of more applicable for DataStax, their managed cloud platform, J Vector, and it's actually very efficient and makes use of Project Panama, working with Vector
Yeah,
API. So
yeah.
yeah, that's also I think it's in the works. There are a lot of things going on. So
Okay,
yeah,
you're a volunteer here,
yeah.
so does that mean that you have time to visit other talks?
Oh yeah, that's
Uh,
right. Yes, yeah. I will find time. That's for sure. Yes,
Did
yes,
you
yeah.
schedule something? Because we just had a discussion if you should schedule your talks up front or not.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Yes, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so anything you're looking forward to?
For this
Yeah.
particular conference, yeah, I think mostly I have to say, I mean, as much as we're kind of looking for technical contents, but at the same time being able to see people. Otherwise, I'm working remotely from
Yeah,
home. Yeah, sometimes you just see people, oh, goodbye, and you turn off your computer. But here it's like great, you see people, you can kind of like shake hands and hug, and
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm kind of really that part, the people engagement in interaction is so amazing. I love it every time I come. Yeah,
So amazing that you come from Chicago.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Thank
I
you.
find this so
Yep.
unbelievable. All these people in DevRel and
Yeah,
related jobs
that's right.
that you're traveling so much,
Yeah,
spending a lot of time at
that's true.
conferences.
Yes.
Isn't that also hard?
Yes, I do have to admit it is not easy,
Yeah.
but amazing every time. Right, for me, when I was leaving home, I said, "Oh, I gotta pack my suitcase and all that, and oh, my tickets, and I have to make plans." But every time, once I'm there, I say, "Oh, this is great! I'm so glad I'm
Yeah.
here." You forget about all the pain, so to speak. It's not really pain, but I do have to admit, I was at DevOps UK right before this, and my flight actually the connecting flight was delayed or no canceled,
Yeah.
and so my suitcase was lost, and that
Okay.
was a pain in the neck. Yeah, but eventually worked out. Yeah, yeah. But it can be kind of challenging in that sense. But to me though, I think the benefits of being able to interact and kind of talk with
Yeah.
people in person, I think that kind of outweighs any other pain you have. It's kind of no pain, no gain. But this is like good. I'm just enjoying myself fully
Yeah.
when I'm here. Yeah.
And
So-
enjoying Europe. I can understand as
Oh,
an American.
Yes, 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 yes. Enjoying Europe so much. Yeah, I was like at the cathedral here in Cologne, and it's oh, amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, yeah. I like walking on cobblestones ground. It's nice. Yeah, yeah. The buildings are 1,000 year old
Yeah.
or something. I love it. So yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enjoy the conference.
Thank you, Frank.
Enjoy Germany.
Yeah, thank you.
And
Thank
thank you
you.
for being